Hey everyone, September 16th, day 2 of trying to be healthy. I just left the Walmart. First things first, bought a pineapple, some more bananas, some unsweetened tea. It's part of the struggle. Anyway, so as I'm leaving, I've got hair in my mouth. There was no bags in my thing, and I only bought I also bought a salad, so I bought like 4 things. So I've got enough to carry out, but I'm kind of, lumbering along like that. And right as I'm about to get out, I see the guy in front of me doesn't have a mask on, so I'm kind of slowing down and letting him leave first, because I don't want him breathing on me. And all of a sudden I get kind of bumped from behind, and this guy comes past me. Not super quick, but kind of quick, excuse me. He's got 2 bags full of stuff. And the Walmart employee's right there behind him. And I've passed this Walmart guy a lot. He's very docile, hey, how you doing? But he was like, sir. So I'm guessing this guy, he probably wanted to see the guy's receipt, because he did have 2 bags full of stuff. And the guy probably just was like, no. So I see as I'm finally leaving, I see the guy set his stuff down, and the Walmart guy's talking to him, and I just hear the guy that was leaving quick say something, just why are you following me, man? And I start walking. I would have, hung around to see the action, but I gotta work in 5 minutes. Probably shouldn't even be doing this right now, but as I'm walking away and about to go around the corner, I'm probably about 100 feet from the main entrance, but there's another guy there, big hulky guy. I don't know if he works there or if he's just a good Samaritan who came out there. And I just hear him start yelling, hey, what the is your problem? And I swear he just went bam and smacked the guy's stuff to the ground. And the guy's like, what are you doing? I paid for this shit. Just screaming, just a lot of toxic masculinity just pouring out. So anyway, I'm about to go to work. I'm gonna have my salad, some fruit. There's your fruit and vegetables. I'll have my tea, and get through another nice long 9-hour shift. Are you one of the babies? Are you one of the babies? We had some 2 baby pigeons that grew up behind a trash can here, and I wonder if some of these might be them fully grown now. Hey everybody. So several hours have passed. I'm just about to come back from my half. And I'm gonna have to buy, I'm officially an old man, I'm gonna have to buy one of those Monday, days of the week little thing that you put your vitamins and medication and whatever. Because I have if you don't include the allergy meds I pretty much take every day, there's at least 5 or 6 things I'm trying to take daily and trying to remember. But anyway, I've had pretty much just fruits and vegetables so far today. Bananas. I've had 3 bananas, an apple. I'm gonna have a second apple on my last 15. Just enough stuff to get me through the workday, and I had a salad on my half. So the transition is in full flux. So I was feeling kind of feeling pretty. I mean, obviously I'm not expecting massive changes soon, but just in general, these 2 9-hour shifts I've worked, I've felt better and had more energy than the 3 5.5-hour shifts I had over the weekend. So that's something. That day is over. The work day. Now it's just the crappiest part of the day, which is making it to the max stop and making the max ride home without getting messed with. I'm gonna definitely need to have another meal before I have to go to bed pretty early. I'm not gonna get home till almost midnight, and I work at 11:30 tomorrow, so I gotta be up by 10. So even by the time I get home, it's gonna be 10 hours before I have to wake up. So I'm not gonna be able to stay up too much longer, but by my count, I've taken in approximately 1,060 degrees calories. Look at that moon menacing me in the sky. So I need to get a little something more into me before going to bed. If I'm going to be waking up early and heading back into work, I want to make sure I've had enough calories in the previous 24 hours. But I've got some bigger meal options. awaiting me at home, and I have a pineapple in my bag. Not that that applies to tonight. I just thought you'd like to know I got a pineapple in my bag. It's a tasty fruit. I'm probably going to eat some of it tomorrow. And if someone messes with me, I just pull a pineapple out of my bag and smack them in the face with it. Since my fibromyalgia diagnosis has been a change in my diet, and not just in relation to that. Having a better and healthy diet is something, like most people, I'll dabble with for a couple of weeks, maybe even make it a month, and then fade back into old habits. So, I've never really eaten super healthy for really any consistent stretch of time in my life. So this is going to be hard to maintain, but it's important. And it's not just important to try to, see what this does for my current situation, but it's about just being healthier in general. I don't even know what it feels like to be on a diet that doesn't have a lot of gluten in it, that is predominantly healthier food. I look around and I'm like, oh, I'm only 35 and I'm getting worn down by this. Look, I don't eat great, but there's so many people out there that eat much worse than me and don't have, feel as run down as me. And then again, maybe some of those people are feeling run down. They're just not showing it. Lord knows I try to mask how I feel when I'm feeling crappy. But the thing of it is, I demand a lot out of myself. I'm not 20 anymore, no matter which way you shake it. I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30. And I demand a lot of myself. I work, practically full time, 32 to 35 hours on average. I'm working like 42 hours next week. I just found out. So, good time to turn your health around. And then, for my YouTube, I'm, when I'm feeling up to it, I'm almost doing that full time. So I'm, and this has been kind of how I've been pretty much since I decided I wanted to get into film, seriously into film, which was like 9 years ago. I was constantly on the go for that. And then when I took a little break from that, I started getting into the YouTube stuff. And so I've just been constantly working on stuff like that, in addition to working as much as I do. So I command a lot of myself. So it's hard to achieve that level of output, productiveness, when you're just shoveling energy drinks and soup with lots of salt and gluten in it. And I had so much bread products the first 3, 4, maybe 5 months of being out of work. Just a lot of stuff that you think oh, well, this isn't super healthy, but this isn't super bad. But then you start doing the mathematical equations of your health, and you start realizing, wait a minute, this is actually pretty crappy. Man, where are you going in a rush, fella? You ain't gotta tell me you got somewhere important to go on a Thursday night. Just another tool bag in his tool bag car. Oh, well, it looks like the burned up porta potty's still here. They're just kind of leaving it here. It's always in a different place. It's either over there, up against this thing, or falling down. I've already felt better the last 24 hours than I did pretty much any other day the last 2 weeks. The fuck? Okay, I think it's people at the bowling alley here. There's always people laughing and cackling over here. And I keep thinking it's some of the loonies up by the Mac stop. But it's always people. They went bowling, and they probably got a few too many beers in them. And they're getting too lit at a time where there isn't really a whole lot to get lit about. Anyway, here's to hoping there's not a bunch of crazies up here tonight. That's the It's the risk you take. Stop here. Is that a warning? I'm up here with like one other person that has like a, I don't know who this is. Oh my God. I'm still alive. Is anybody, I feel like there's, I was playing like hot potato with my body at that Mac stop, because there's just constantly freaking crackheads and God knows what else. And I understand, you know, these people are struggling. A lot of them don't even realize fully what they're doing. But it's just like, I'm staying off to my end of the stop. There's this guy walking around and he's just like looking down at the tracks. He's trying to find probably drugs or whatever. And he just starts walking around towards my end. So I start walking around. I'm going this way as he's coming around this way. And I get over to the other side and there's this person there that's kind of looking a little out of it. And they've got their, you know, their kid's stroller that's full of their crap. So I'm having to like maneuver around and it's just, and I get on the Max and everything's fine. And as we get to the last stop, I see this guy where he's got a blanket wrapped. There's like these homeless people that have blankets wrapped around them and they just look psychotic. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that's how they look. Like this particular sect of like homeless people / druggies who are just walking around with a blanket over them. Maybe it's because of some of the effects that the drugs are having on them. Maybe it's just that that's all they have to wrap around them. I don't know. But I could just see this guy and he like came running up chaotically to our Max. And when I got off, I was the first person off the Max. I was all alone. All of a sudden I see him get off the Max and he's like running around. Like he's coming up fast behind me. So I ended up taking the long way through the parking lot instead of cutting through there and around this way into the complex, because I was like, I'm not going down that bike path with that crackheaded looking guy who's probably gonna try to mug me. Just, you know, don't walk into stupid, shitty situations. It's really that simple. And fortunately, when I went down the stairs to cut through the parking lot, instead of staying up there, he stayed up there. So he kept his twerking ass away from me. Tweaking. And then it's like, when I got to the bottom of the stairs, there's just this one big guy who's probably fine, but he's just, you know, he's standing there. He's like the only other person down there, and he's just standing there on his phone. The moment I walk by, he puts his phone away, and he kind of started walking towards me. But then he turned and went the other way. But I was just like, what, are you gonna follow me now? Who else is following me? So it's just like, that's every night, taking public transportation home. Speaking of home, yeah, I'm almost there. I need a full meal. I think a coin fell out of my pocket. Am I getting a hole? I think I'm getting a hole. Yeah, I'm getting a hole in my work pants. Thank God I'm trying to buy new work pants. I just realized there's a hole in some of the change I found at work. I can feel a coin in my shoe. It obviously fell out of my pocket, down my pant leg and into my shoe. I'm like, what is this hard round thing next to my feet? Anyway, yeah, I don't even think I'm quite at 1,100 calories today, so I need to get another decent meal in me before I go to bed and have to open at work tomorrow. There's barely enough left to get a sip. That's about all I get. Alright, so I got home, hung out for a little bit. It's about 1:30. Gotta be up in about 8.5 hours. So I'm gonna start preparing myself for bed. For dinner, I had some tuna and rice. One of the few semi-healthy things that I already eat. Not super regularly, but periodically. So I cooked some of that up in here. And all things considered, I got right at about 2,000 calories for the day, which is where I want to be. So that's good. And that's it for day 2. A nice healthy day full of bananas and salad and apples and rice and tuna fish for the most part. So short day at work tomorrow, so that's nice. And then I have the next day off before I work 4 9-hour shifts over 5 days. But I'll worry about that later when it comes. So thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by, giving me a view, watching me try to better myself in a cool, disgusting, COVID-ridden world. And yeah, that's about it. See you later.